New Zealand is a country that seemingly has it all. In this series, I'll be taking you along every step of the way as we explore the best this country has to offer via road, rail, trail, bike, bus and boat. I'll be explaining its geology, wildlife and history, reviewing its many attractions and offering tips and advice for your own travels to this enchanting land. In this episode, we begin our South Island loop, enjoying the lakes, mountains and remote towns of the north before traversing ruined roads to admire Hokitika Gorge and glaciers on our long drive down the famously rugged west coast. After arriving in Picton this afternoon on the ferry, we've started making our big loop round the South Island. I'm driving today because David had a fall this morning and twisted his foot, but we have arrived in one piece to our first night on the South Island, which is in this wonderful alpine lodge in St Arnaud. It's got beautiful scenery, it's near a lake in the mountains, so very, very nice. But you can already tell how much more unpopulated and wild the South Island is compared to the North Island, because a lot of our drive already didn't have much signs of civilization, and I think it's going to get more like that the further south down the west coast we go. Few New Zealand guides warn you about these sudden, terrifying sirens. Your thoughts instantly go to an imminent natural disaster, but it is in fact the alarm system in remote communities to alert local volunteer first responders of an emergency call. This happened to us about 5 times during our trip, and we never quite got used to it, as you can see from Charlotte's face. So yesterday evening we met a chap who owns a load of kayaks and canoes, and we decided to come down to Lake Rotoiti this morning and do a bit of kayaking, and you couldn't ask for a better spot. The scenery is absolutely stunning. There isn't anyone else in the lake, we have it to ourselves, and the weather is beautiful. What are you doing? Throughout our road trip, we've managed to perfect the art of packing the boot with all our bags. It's a bit of a Tetris, but now we know where everything goes in place.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock.
Waiting for our programme to download so you can watch it in the car.
Tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself. I can be someone else.
What have we found? Little fella.
I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out.
Are we all enjoying the New Zealand traffic jams? Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Apart from when you're stuck at a bridge in New Zealand.
Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Ooh.
Stop.
Come on. So we've stopped in the little town of Reefton to have a little bit of a picnic lunch, have a break from the road. And this town is practically a city by the standards of some of the places we've been going through, which have only been a couple of houses for a village.
City lights looking fun, and I know this is my town now.
So Reefton is known as the Town of Lights, as it was one of the first towns in the southern hemisphere to have distributed hydroelectric power. However, I don't think it's changed much since then.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down, feel alive.
Wooden planks replacing some of the road.
Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive.
We're in Hokitika on the west coast of the South Island, which is where we're staying tonight in an Airbnb. And this town's famous for its artistry, whether that's jadestone jewellery or this driftwood sculpture competition that's on the beach here. And as you can see, the conditions are quite different from what we had this morning, where it was sunny in the mountains. We've got the crashing waves on the black sand beach and the mist rolling in. And this kind of dramatic, rugged landscape is what the west coast of the South Island is really known for. And we'll be exploring over the next couple of days as we travel further down south.
I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
Charlotte's in there, isn't she?
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light.
Good morning. This morning we've driven 30 minutes inland to Hokitika Gorge, which is known for its turquoise blue waters, lovely swing bridge and the lush forest at the foot of the mountains.
Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
We've been driving for about 2 hours now, probably over 2 hours, because of all these huge landslides that happened a month or so ago in the New Zealand spring. And they've completely decimated the hillside and road in places, so they're carrying out major road works to try and clear the roads and fix them up. So it is slowing us down. I think David got some clips that I'll put in. But now we're just stopped for some lunch because some people are very grumpy, very hangry. One thing that's really good about New Zealand is all the places are really well signposted. You get plenty of warning about toilets, picnic areas, scenic lookouts, camping grounds. So it's really easy to find somewhere to stop when you're on the road. So Catherine's having a little try driving around the car park. Let's see how this goes. Pass?
Apparently not. Apparently I've made everyone sick just by driving.
We're now at Franz Josef Glacier, and this is one of the most famous glaciers in New Zealand. The other one is Fox Glacier, just a bit more southwards. So we've come to the most accessible one where you can park relatively far into the valley, and then there's a 10-minute walk up to Sentinel Rock, which is uphill, which is why I'm breathing so hard. But at the top of the hill you get a view of the glacier in the distance.
Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand? That we only get one life, I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my
It's
hand.
always spectacular to see a glacier. It's something about that huge, powerful block of ice carving its way through the mountain that's so impressive. But it's also very sobering when you see pictures like that were at the top of Sentinel Rock, showing how far it's retreated in this time. You know, this whole valley used to be filled with ice, and now you can only see it very far in the distance. And that's the effect of global warming, the effect of humans have had on this planet. So it's very sobering to see. But if you do have a chance, I do really recommend hiking or going on some kind of tour of a glacier and going on the ice, because it is really special experience. That's what we've done in Iceland, and that was one of the most special experiences me and Kath have had. Unfortunately we don't have the time here because we're on such a tight timetable, but whether it's here or anywhere else where there's glaciers, I do recommend it if you can do it in a safe and environmentally friendly way. About an hour away from where we're staying tonight at Haast. We were just stretching our legs at Bruce Bay, which is this dramatic black sand beach here. Really not much around, we haven't seen much for a long while. However, I'm absolutely covered in these bitey flies all over me, so I might have to get back in the car soon.
I've got our Weetabix up here. Spicy bug.
Yeah, don't come in if you like bitey bugs, because they're everywhere.
I'm literally that far away from my toe, Mum, here.
We've finally arrived in Haast in the rain. Our next job is to try and find dinner, because there isn't a lot around here. But at the moment, Charlotte and Harry are trying to catch chicken that's turned up, so that might just be our dinner. Well, there may not be a whole lot here, but look at the views. Whilst this was yet another episode filled with many beautiful stops, what is impossible to convey on such a large road trip is the driving itself. The sheer wonder of turning every corner to reveal another incredible vista, or the sense of adventure from crossing single-lane bridges and driving along the winding edges of crumbling cliff-top roads. Even the smallest towns in New Zealand have their own tourist board full of local activities, meaning you can stumble across places you've never heard of and quite happily spend several nights there. These long hours of exploration are what stood out most from our journey down this wilder side of New Zealand. In the next episode, we'll drive through torrential rain as we enter the Southern Alps, making our way along stunning lakeside roads to the popular adventure-packed Wanaka and Queenstown.